everyone. Welcome to No Filters, No Fears. This is your host, Chubby, and we are in episode 93. Today is an exciting episode because, as you all know, it's April and it's Poetry Month. So I decided to gather some people that I know and get them together to have a discussion, share our poetry, and just, talk amongst each other. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy the episode because writing to me is a therapy and writing is life. And I am so grateful that I am able to ask other creatives to join on this episode. And I'm very fortunate to have them. And if you're watching this, remember to support them, check them out. They're multi-talented. They all do a bunch of things. And I guess that's what a creative is, being an artist. We do multiple things, but please support them. And again, thank you so much for watching this episode. And here's everybody that joined us. Enjoy the episode.
I got caught by Chubby because I posted something on my Instagram because sometimes I can't communicate something in words, but I can communicate it in lyrics or in poems. And I posted something with like a boomerang of the ocean. And they were like, hey, that's really beautiful. Did you write that? And I was like, yeah. Caught red-handed.
Secrets out. Your secrets out. Everybody knows now.
And then she shared something with me, and I'm like, oh, this is good for one of our posts. And I was like, who wrote this? Yes.
And then I wrote the last poem I wrote. It was actually because I had gotten Chubby's book and I'd been reading it, their book of poetry. And I was like, I haven't written in a while. And then I wrote about someone and that really helped. So look at that.
You see what we're here for? Ooh,
Chubby changed lives.
Back.
All the healing. We're here for all of the healing through lyric.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is that, okay, so let's see. Ellie, Vanessa, and Amanda, you guys are actually like performers. Like you do your thing on stage. I can't. Mind you, I'm not an introvert at all or an extrovert. I'm an ambivert. So don't let it fool you. If you know me personally, you know. I don't know how you like Jay said, I don't know how Ellie does. I don't know how you guys actually do it. Like, I guess you were born that way. It's your thing.
You prepare yourself.
I don't know about that. What do you think, Ellie?
Okay, so I don't know if anyone's ever seen anything that I do. Like, you need to prepare yourself, and it's something that you access that's within you. Like, what I do is very aggressive. So I'm a very sensitive, sweet person, but that's my aggressive side. And it's the side that I don't like to show people in our relationships. So like, it's easier for me to show it in my stage performance and in my music. So that's my opportunity to let loose and do what's shocking and what you can do in real life. So
Yes,
that's what I use it for.
I like that.
Yeah, I love that. I tell people, when I'm on stage, it's when I feel the most myself, which is really interesting. And like I was saying earlier, like it's such a vulnerable moment, but I don't know. I don't know if performing is something that comes just naturally to people. I think sometimes you really have to do the work and practice. You have to get on stage. You have to overcome the fear again and again and again. You know what I mean? Like,
you prepare yourself.
You have to prepare yourself. And even when you do, sometimes you're going to mess up and you have to be okay with like being human. Like I went on stage once and, the word was fought. The word was fought. And I said fart.
Always a good time.
That's a happy mistake.
All the years I fought for you, and it was all the years I fought for you, and I was just like mortified. But the professional in me had to just keep pushing through the piece, you know what I mean? And just like, like sometimes it's gonna happen. But like Ellie said, you have to really prepare yourself. That's the best tool that you could use in your toolbox.
I don't know what happened. See, I used to perform when I was younger from like teens to my early 20s, and I used to do my thing, read my poetry or whatever. After that, I don't know what happened, that something in me just like, I stop and I can't do it. Now I have like bigger panic attacks and I cannot think about being on stage at all. I'm comfortable with you guys because I know you all. But if it was like somebody new, I'm like, as Vanessa, I'm like, oh crap, I'm hyperventilating. Oh my God, we're gonna do an interview with this person. Like, and I have to like sit there and take a deep breath because I'm like, this is not the president of the United States or anybody, you're just a normal person. It's okay. But it still freaks me out. And then I just ramble on for God knows how long. And then the questions comes out wrong. And then I'm like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know.
I think performing and presenting yourself, it's like getting to know yourself first. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know where you are mentally and spiritually, you can't get in front of people because they're there to take
students
it
all the time.
They're there to take
I
it
tell my
from
students,
you.
you can't be an actor without knowing you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Damn,
love
I
that,
never saw
Ellie.
it
I
like
love what you're
that.
saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn,
That's
Ellie,
what
you're bringing the
happens.
knowledge today.
Dude,
Right.
I've been performing now recently for the past year, and that's what I've been learning. Like the first day that I got on stage again after 7 years, I had to tell myself, you've done this before, you can do it again. And people are gonna go to see you. So it's a privilege for you and for them, for both of you. Because sometimes you think you're giving to them and they don't care. It's like, don't see it that
Imposter
way. See it like
syndrome
they
sets
care.
in.
Exactly. Don't do that. They care. That's why they're there. Otherwise they wouldn't be there. That's like, I went to perform one night and some guy was like, oh, I wanted there to be more people. I'm like, we don't care about the ones that are not here. We only care about the ones that are here.
Care about the ones that are here.
The ones that are here, they're the ones who paid. They're the ones who want to see it. And so like, instead of putting our worries on others, we need to put it on ourselves and self-search and be like, why am I acting this way? Like, why is it that when I present myself, I can't be who I'm trying to present? I don't know. That's been working for me.
No, that's a good, I'm going to practice
Yeah.
that. Please. I'm over here. But I know why.
Poetry snaps.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I know why. But sometimes you just, again, like you said, I'm going to sit further because I've been doing it for over like 10, 13 years. Poetry just comes natural to me, and performing it as well, but not in front of people anymore. So here we are.
I don't know. I think that there's seasons, Chubby. Maybe you're just like in a season, like I've been coming out of a very difficult season myself. So getting back in the scene and performing and stuff, like it's been difficult, but like I said earlier, you got to get out there and you got to, push yourself in that way, but respect the season. If you're not if you're not able to be presentation ready and share yourself and give, like Ellie was saying, because we're giving of ourselves in those moments, protect your energy and save it for another season.
Yeah.
That's what I do
get
on
out
my
there.
photography. Yeah, that's what I do on my photography. I step aside for a little bit. I can't do this anymore. So yeah, I guess I should take that for poetry as well. So I'm so happy for all of us to be here. You guys have no clue how excited I am. And Jay, I am excited for you to show your stuff. So
Thank you.
I don't know who wants to start first, but anybody could start. We could just go around or order whoever came in first, and we could go from there sharing our work. And then if we want to say anything about it, obviously with the permission of whoever is the reader, we could do so. And how you made you feel, X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean. So Ellie, would you like
Here
to
for
start
whatever.
first?
Yeah.
Huh?
I said I'm here for
This
whatever. I was gonna say let the professional performers go first.
No, that is the thing. I feel like all of us are like
Yes,
you own
we're all
this.
professional.
Yes, like Jay, I've known your work. You've written beautiful pieces. You're a writer. That's you. You're a professional. You do this. You do this for that's your craft. So don't sell yourself
Step
short.
into your calling.
Amen.
You're
Amen. Don't sell
absolutely
yourself
right. You know
short.
what? You're right about that. You're
Take it.
definitely right. This is
Yes.
a first.
Jay,
for
you should
me,
go first.
so.
I want to hear one of your pieces. What you
Dead
got?
Rose
Yeah, do
Garden.
it.
Dead Rose
Do
Garden
it.
didn't come from nothing. Remember that.
True.
So
Got the merch on today.
I see that. I was looking at the website earlier today. I'm like, let me see something because I love sweaters. Ellie, your band is next because I've been dying for that red sweater you have. I was like, oh yeah. Oh, I love that red sweater. I love sweaters. But anyway, see, like Amanda, you're wearing a sweater. Oh, everybody's wearing a sweater.
I'm always in
Yeah.
a sweater. I'm always cold, so I'm always in a sweater.
Same. Same.
Okay, so I'm gonna mute. I would prefer if everybody just mute while the other person is, so out of respect, so just in case. So Jay, I guess everybody wants to hear you first, so you could go.
All right, I guess I'll go first then. Break the ice. So are we reading what are we gonna do? One each round?
Yes, that will be the,
All right.
if everybody's down to it and everybody's still up for it, one round first and then the second round, so okay.
All right. Ambitious woman. Your ambitions are priceless. The essence in you goes unseen, but to me your greatness is foreseen. The potential in you shines bright around the areas people fail to peek. Too busy looking at your flaws, they bypass the beauty that I caught. Falling in love from a distance, impressed by your persistence, never backing down, never quitting. Ambitious, beautiful woman, phenomenal with every inch of thickness. The intelligence in you runs miles. The challenge makes me work harder. Your drive escalates me to go farther. My interest in you started like a spark. Our connection lit up like fire. Life led me to you to never fall apart. My one and only, the ambition in you. Every drop of aspiration got me higher than any drug. Never doubt yourself, your confidence flies high. Even through the stars, I applaud you for every cloud you hit on the way up. For flying through the storm, dancing in the rain, my ambitious love, the phenomenal woman. The beauty in you is the greatness that goes unseen in you. But I'm placing the mirror in front of you. Let my words reflect the beauty that I witness. My love for you goes deep, beyond your physique. Close your eyes, capture the picture I'm revealing. The beauty I see in the glare of your eyes as if they speak. Behind the smile you force to the world, but you can't lie to me. The strength you present on the darkest moments, the stride in your walk, showing years of victory, pride in your words presenting maturity, the years of standing tall even when you felt small. I see you as the very things you fail to see. All in one, I felt for you deep. The beauty you acquired knocked me off my feet, but a woman like you is a blessing to me. I love you. You're heaven sent if you ask me. And that's it.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
That was
Thank
so beautiful. Oh my
I was
God,
so
I love
nervous.
it.
I'm all
No,
shaking.
that was so good. I want someone to talk about me like that.
Right?
Oh my God, right?
We all thought it. You said it.
Right?
We all thought it. We were all thinking it.
Thank you.
Deep. I was like, ooh,
We're
that's
just gonna
love.
pretend we're the woman.
Yeah,
That's actually
what I was doing.
that piece. I actually recited it on a track with this other poet. His name's Isa. So he actually has it on a song. I actually have it on a song with him. But it was before I started transitioning, so I wanted to bring it back to life.
That's
So,
nice.
That is
Love that.
amazing.
And
appreciate it.
All the snaps.
That was dope. That was dope. That was a good way to start.
That was a really good start.
I have a feeling there's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna end up crying today.
I
Bruh,
almost
somebody's
cried. I
somebody's
got
gonna do it.
sensitive.
That's why I was like all shaking
I
too,
started
because
tearing
it's
up. I'm like,
that's a
We're
good
not
thing.
gonna
Because
do
it's
they-
true. You sometimes you don't see. Have you ever seen that filter that's like, oh, the way people see you and the way you see yourself? And it's like
Mhm.
the people see you
Mhm.
beautiful and you see yourself ugly. That's how like the poem made me feel. It made me feel like you're seeing all your flaws, but the people looking back at you, they're not looking at flaws. They're looking at your perfection, like your beauty. Even the flaws look beautiful to them.
Or like when someone
Fact.
really sees you, you know? Like
Yes.
that's kind of what it made me feel like somebody
Yeah.
really seeing. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
But to be loved that profoundly and to hear it in those words, could you imagine?
Yeah.
It's like
Because
the
we all like
vulnerability
we
in it.
felt it. Everybody had, but to hear it in those amazing words.
Yeah.
It touched
That
the
was
soul.
Thank you.
I'm thinking like, yeah, let's get married right now, today, like right here, right now, like you know. Beautiful.
Everything I ever wanted to hear.
Right.
That was dope.
Thank you. I was actually
my mascara.
I was scared I was gonna get stuck, and then I thought about what Ellie said, and I was like, nah, I got this.
You got this. It was so good. You need to perform that. Like, do not shy away from going to open mics. When I was younger in high school, they had this program called Word, and like it was during lunch. And I remember one day I saw this cute kid, and I was like, I'm gonna write a quick like haiku about him. And I went out, I signed up last minute, and I did it. I didn't know the words at all. I read it from a paper, and it was the moment that I realized, all right, I need to do this forever. It's so freeing to just put it out there and let
That's
others receive it.
awesome.
I cannot remember.
The fact
my
that you did
poem.
it so early.
Sorry. Continue.
I'm kind of crazy like that, but yeah, I just throw myself into things.
That's the beautiful
Truly, I
thing.
can't remember mine either. I literally like I'm reading it from my laptop.
No, yeah, I Amanda, I've
Oh,
seen
that's
you. I've seen you performing. I don't know. I just can't retain my words. I don't. It's just me either. I don't have enough space for it. I just don't care for it. But I rather just read it. I'm a good reader.
Mhm.
Like when I'm reading it, I'm like, okay, good. You know, I don't want to remember those. I already have to worried about all the other people, and you know.
Mhm.
I think the only reason why I am able to remember them a little bit easier is because I remember kind of like rhythmically. Like if it's like music, I can remember music from like before my birth, you know what I mean? Like if there's a rhythm to it, like
Yeah.
I got it, you know? So as long as I can like keep a rhythm, but it takes practice. It takes a hell of a lot of practice. My memory is shit, so
Same.
surprise. Surprise.
Same.
But whatever, don't nobody care if you're reading it off the paper. We receive it.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so anyone else want to go next? I feel like I'm like teacher saying anybody else? No, just anybody, anyone.
Everyone's
Who's
looking at
next?
the
Who's
class.
next?
I'm just
Everyone's
like,
looking
I
into the
go.
camera like, huh? Are we going in order like of like I don't know what's happening.
Vanessa,
All right,
you
I'll
should
go.
go.
Anybody, anyone?
Oh,
I
Vanessa,
guess.
go, Vanessa.
Yeah, you go since nobody has
Say the
heard your
two
stuff.
say the two more experienced ones. See, this is what's happening. All right. I'll read this one first. The embrace. It's the space between forever and a moment, the immeasurable metric between the tips of your fingers on my skin and your fingertips on my heart. It's the void of the unknown, enveloped in the warmth of the familiar. The unique syncopation of heartbeats through flesh and bone. The soft melody of your inhale that is soon released, giving way to the gentle vibration whose sweetness lingers as it nestles in the curve of my neck. No room or need for words in this space between lost and found, grounded and weightless. And so we hold one another. The intention is what communicates, reverberating from every pore, safe, love in its purest form and in all its possible shapes. In this space between forever and a moment, the elastic tether we've learned to braid from one another has guided us into an embrace, one of calm and reverence, of acceptance and truth, that even in distance is felt, mind, body, and soul. Forever is now, and the moments that seem so impermanent seem to last an eternity. And so I will hold you in that space between imperfection and masterpiece, human and being of light, friend and lover, now and later, maybe and never, today and until. I'm super nervous.
Wow.
That was
Word, can we like
beautiful.
snap?
Yes. Yes.
Girl,
Thank
yes.
Right.
You're gonna
Damn,
make
that was
it.
such a
Oh,
such a
that was beautiful.
beautiful vibe. Like it was like milk and honey, girl.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
you.
It had its
That was
own
like,
world. It flowed
Mm,
so beautifully. And like, I can feel your connection to this person and how you guys can lay next to one another and not even have to, like, you connect mentally, like, spiritually. Like, wow,
that was
it's beautiful.
intimate. That was
Made
intimate,
me
Intimate.
honey.
cry.
It was.
Yes. Oh man, you guys,
Oh, I
it's
love this.
good. I needed this.
and this is why She needed to say her piece. See?
She needs, just like Chubby has her book, you need your book too. This is
Yeah.
beautiful.
I think
Okay.
this is one of the
Actually, everyone.
more intimate poems I've ever written. And
It was
I literally
beautiful.
wrote it. I started writing it on a napkin in my car as soon as I left from hugging this person.
That's beautiful.
So yeah.
That's a piece of
Hmm.
your journal. I'm glad.
Isn't
I
it
don't know.
beautiful?
So
Sorry, isn't it beautiful
thank
to
you.
have people like that make you like feel so deep, and then you're like, I need to let this out. I need to put this to paper. Like, let me write this. If not, it's just like gone, even though the feeling is still there. And I want to say
I was
that
closing my eyes during the first poem. I was like,
I think that's the best way
Like
to
to feel it.
in your
Yeah.
We all did that. We all went like,
I was like, okay, let's see.
when someone's writing can take you somewhere, that's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
both
Especially
of
They-
you
about
did such a beautiful job.
all these love poems and stuff.
Yeah.
Who ain't gonna give you that, but just warning, you know.
all the vibes.
Yes, I could go next, Ellie, if you want, you know, since you were the
Go.
first one here. Thank you for mentioning my book. Well, this is the author's copy, but thank you. I appreciate it.
I
You
have
guys
it right
are
here.
awesome. Okay.
I
third
haven't gotten
poetry
that one
book.
yet.
It's better than the
Yeah,
first
I need
I
to
gotta
two.
pick
get
it up.
that.
Listen,
First
this
of
was
all, I like the first two. Thank you very much. I still go to them.
they're terrible. Oh my
So
God, I don't even know
beautiful.
how they exist.
The shameless plugs.
Thank
I'll do it for you so you don't got to do it yourself.
Hey, you got a better copy. That's a customer copy. That's pretty. I like that one. See, mine's was
Mhm.
the
Beautiful.
original.
Sometimes I have difficulty finding it because my mama steals it from me.
Yeah, I need to stop. Okay, here we go. Jane Elliott. The flowers of the forest called my name to come and wander, to get lost in a land far away, to stumble upon the unknown, to stumble upon your heart hiding away in between all the flowers. The flowers of the forest was your heart. That's it. Short and simple. Short.
I
But it
love
hits.
that. That's so
He took me
beautiful.
Right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
He took me into the forest. I was there with the trees. I love that.
The
Right? I
from-
love scenery.
oh image.
I
Oh
used to
yeah, I
live in-
love imagery like poetry. It's awesome.
I used to live in
Yeah.
Hialeah and I would go to Amelia all the time to write. So that made me feel like I was there again. Like
I love that
I haven't
part.
been there in a while. Yes. Beautiful.
Huge.
Dang, that's nostalgic. I haven't been there in forever.
Well, now you gotta take a trip. Trip and a
Yeah.
That
half.
poem just made me feel like that. Like I'm there and between those trees and they're talking to you and they're inspiring you to write about nature and connect nature to yourself and stuff. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah, I
air
felt a
is
little bit of
definitely
like
different
fall
out there.
vibes in that one.
Mm-hmm.
I said I felt like a little bit of like fall vibes or something in that one. Just like the way that it like the air, it was like airy or something, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, y'all got a lot from that.
Isn't it funny how each poem has a setting? It's funny because I did get that too. It was like the air, and then Vanessa's was like warm and like, and then sorry, Supa?
Yeah.
Supa.
Or Jay,
Supa's was
whichever
like,
one.
or Jay, yeah. Supa's was so romantic and also warm.
Ugh,
That's nice.
that piece was such a good way to start. I love both of them. They're all so good. I love everything. Everything so far is so good. This was a great idea, Chubby.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's like
was.
the
I
vibes.
feel like because if you know to be, you know that they love being in nature. They love to travel and all that. And I've been camping so much lately that it just took me out to the, like, hearing that I felt a breeze. Like you started and you started talking about the wind. I'm like, okay, let's roll.
Page
It feels good.
71, if you want to go to it, page 71.
Wild Child is my favorite, by the way.
I
For
don't
that
even have
same
to look at
reason.
that poem. I know it by memory, like when I wrote it, how I wrote it, why I wrote it. But anyway, thank you for your feedback. I like this. I'm glad you're enjoying it too. This is the whole point of it, just to give us I mean, we can't have it in person, especially when everybody's like all different parts of the world. So coming together and actually just listening to other poets that you probably wouldn't even come across, it's different to me. I like it, and I'm glad you all said yes. So here we are.
Elliott.
Ellie,
true.
it's your turn.
All right. So when you told me to join you here, I hadn't written poetry in a while. So you actually got me to sit down and be like, write something now for this. Don't present your lyrics, present an actual poem. So that's what I'm gonna present
It
today.
could have been anything, poetry, prose, anything. It could have been something from 500 years ago. I would have been okay with it. It's okay.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't like presenting who I was. I like, being in the moment. So this one's called Underwater. Hold my head underwater. Will I grow gills and adapt to this new life form that you're forcing on me? Will I grow fins and flounder about while the waves push me whichever way they will? Will the current drift me past the island where you are groaning, living on? If you saw my new form floating by, would you lift me up, hoping, as lovers do, that I would become that human you once knew? Or would you just let me swift on by to sway alone in my new transformed self, while all alone you waste away on your island? Only heat waves of life's pressure, no smoothly soothing, warm, welcoming words to ease your thoughts, no traveling fingers to calm the eternal ache that can be the dark waves of those gloomy days, not a cloud to let up the pain, just crashing waves, never to whisper her name. Hold my head underwater and see that adapting is a part of my breed. And while love does hope all things and waits, the pain of growth remains deep. Still, hold my head underwater. What do you see?
These are hard snaps.
My heart's beating so fast. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
That was
Oh
personal.
man,
That's
I
how
felt
we.
that in a whole different place,
right? Yeah.
That resonated hard.
Yeah. I felt the ache in that.
Noble.
I felt a little bit of despair in that one. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah, it was
good.
just about a decision that is like life changing. And I felt like I was being pressured to do the decision, but it's all sometimes making changes is a part of life, and we want to be constant. We want to just keep it going, but people come to challenge you. Like Chubby brought me here today, and that challenged me to express who I am today, not to bring something from the past. And it was good. It was a good reliever.
Could I
That
ask
literally,
you?
like, sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
I was gonna say, I used to always go to the ocean, like South Beach or anywhere nearby, like water wise, and whenever I had like a bad day or like stressful, like that's the feeling it gave me. Like I could literally smell the ocean there, and like I'm in Boston now, so that it just made me homesick at the same time. But like it really hit. It really hit.
I'm glad.
I was gonna ask if you would mind reading again the section about growth, what you said about growth,
Growth.
the pain of growth.
Yeah, I said, hold my head underwater and see that adapting is a part of my breed. And while love does hope all things and waits, the pain of growth remains deep. Still hold my head underwater. What do you see? It's because that moment, it was so painful because the person I love was putting me in that position. And I like naturally I want to go to a part of like, you hate me, you want to ruin me, but that's not what it was.
Right.
It was like, I'm a person too. I need you to see me as well. And so I was like, I'm gonna grow right now from this, but it's very painful and it's hurting me in a deep way. That's why I said hold my head underwater. Like literally, like, am I gonna drown out of this or am I gonna survive? So
But
Yes.
Felt that,
beautiful.
yo. I felt
Yeah.
that
Right.
shit.
I'm glad you guys liked it. I was
And
scared.
we've all been, and also your voice is so soothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think
It
there was
is.
a point where I literally went like head back. I was like, okay,
I'm glad you
it's so
like it.
soothing. Yeah.
The only comment I had is damn. That's it.
Word.
You're too much.
Yeah, no, it was a beautiful piece. But hey, I am,
Beautiful.
like I always say, to me, poetry is freaking therapy, like writing it out and letting those emotions, especially if you're not able to share them with someone because you don't know how to actually articulate your words, or like your to speak to someone. Writing it down will always, like, at least for me, help you, how do you say it, like organize your thoughts and your emotions, so then you don't say something you didn't mean. So yeah, that's poetry. I don't know, just I'm just happy poetry came into my life, like writing in this particular way.
Yeah. It also just gives you permission to, for example, Ellie, your piece using the ocean as that kind of, right, this metaphor for this abrupt change, or this, this person you love putting this pressure on you, kind of thing. It helps you, it allows you to write or express it in a way that maybe wouldn't work in a normal conversation. Like if you started throwing ocean terms at someone in the middle of a fight, they might be like, this is over, we're done.
You make me feel like the ocean.
My ocean terms in the middle of the fight are tears. So
See? So it's such a beautiful way to express yourself, because in this way, people will still be able to interpret. And if it's completely out of context, right, somebody can still resonate with it
yeah.
and
I was
have it
gonna say
mean
that. I was like,
something
even if
important to
it's,
them.
you can still really feel what she's talking about. You still get the message,
Yeah.
Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
really
I am enjoying this a little way too much. I might want to do this permanently or something.
I
Let's
mean,
do
you
it
should.
once a month.
Like once a month, yeah.
Once a month? Y'all down?
Let's
Okay,
do it.
well, we have our schedules, because I know all of us
Poetry
sometimes.
powwows.
Let me go ahead and
No,
do
Amanda.
Okay, this piece is a favorite on the open mic circuit. Everyone always really enjoys this piece. This piece is called Eternal Horizon. I look at you daily. You're just out of reach. And every time I lean towards you, you take a leap. I chase you with my body. I exhaust my endless mind. I take steps towards your comfort, and you rob my dreams blind. You see, it's all an illusion. It's just one I can never touch. It's just never meant to happen, though to me it'd mean so much. Because every step I take, you take another. Over here, over there, in one way or the other, and I'm left feeling quiet and silent. Still, I miss chasing you. I think I always will. I look to you now, and there quietly you stay. I don't run after you anymore, though. I hope to race again someday. And I'll run in the direction my heart tells me to go. I'll travel forever to touch you, to a true love that I'll always know.
That's beautiful. That's sad, but it's good.
It's gonna be really
Honestly, a lot of my stuff
Right.
is really sad.
How dare
Same,
you?
I feel
How
you.
dare you wrap it up with travel? I travel to touch. Listen now.
Yeah.
Everyone, we just gonna make each other cry. Just let's face it. That's it.
I've
Acceptance
been
is
doing
key.
so well. They would just well up and then suck back in, and I was just like, never mind.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
girl.
It's okay to feel, but yes, definitely.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, let's go to the next round.
Yeah, everybody.
Well,
Now
I'll
we're
be
going. Okay. Vanessa, you go first.
Oh crap. Okay.
Yeah, mixing it up.
No, I'm just gonna
Oh.
call out on people now, because listen, let's do it.
Disrespectful. Okay, no, here, I'm ready. Okay. It's called Mizpah. I've read your letter a million times, once for the first time, once for the intention, once for the unintended intention, once for the joy, once for the sorrow, once for the sheer, genuine love, once for the deflating, flippant flare, once for the misinterpretation, once for the truth, once for the longing, once for the effort, once for the hope, once to remember, once to forget, once for you, once for me, once for us. I read your letter once for a million times, and still all I can do is read your letter.
Yes.
And Ms. Pa, in case it is a question, it's a word that means the emotional bond between two people, especially those separated by distance or death.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It
That was
reminds me of a
beautiful.
moment that I wrote a breakup letter to someone I lived with, and I imagined the person would read it because I kind of did something crazy, and I like wrote it twice so that I could keep it and remember what I wrote to that person, because that stays there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so
True.
that's touching. It's true. You do reread things over and over again, and it hits you different every time.
And it's funny because both poems I read were kind of about the same person, but how that can change, how like relationships and things go through these moments, and you can have a full spectrum of feelings.
Yeah, you reminded me of I did the same thing with a person that was in another country, and I wrote them a letter every day and never sent it.
Wow.
Yep. I did it on purpose, never sent it, just like letting it all go, you know.
I did something similar, but I burned it after I wrote it. Yeah, it was kind of like releasing it into the universe.
Yeah.
And,
Therapeutic.
mhm.
Damn, we're gonna
Yeah, that is like,
We're in a zone right now.
We're
Yeah.
opening things, we're healing things.
Mhm.
Bruh, honestly, I'm like, we in church right now, boy. We are going.
We're
I
like,
love
right.
us.
Things
Okay.
are happening.
Yeah. Whew,
Writing is so
okay.
cathartic, you know. Honestly, I feel like Chub said, like writing has literally saved my life multiple times, you know, like it helps you when you feel alone. It helps you when you feel like you're going crazy. It helps you when, you know, you just have to get the pain out, you know, or the joy, you know. But for me, most of my stuff is like tragic and like sad and stuff like that. And it's because when I'm in pain, I have to get it out, you know, and that's how I express my pain, you know.
Yeah.
Good, because we're in a world where we push through with smile, like fake smiles, and we put on masks everywhere we go. So when you bring up a poem so deep like yours, and you know everyone that's shared today, it brings us out of our shell to realize we're all the same. We all deal with the same pain, and it's okay to share it. And we heal when we share it with someone else.
Oh,
That's true.
That's why when at the
Beautiful.
beginning when we first started, you were here. I was with Ellie and Jay. I was saying the same thing. I was like, you all thought it was live, but I'm like, I feel like this was more than a live. Like it was this thing right here. We're not gonna get it live because like I was telling Ellie, there's gonna be people there and like who's watching in the comments, and it's not gonna be the same atmosphere. It's not
This
gonna
is
be the same
intimate.
connection and the same like thought and mind, you know. So I was like, I can't do that. It didn't feel right. So I was like, no, it's not. It's cool. I like this.
Yeah.
Feels right. This feels like it was meant to be this way. So
Absolutely.
Feels more
yes.
personal.
Yeah, exactly. Like yes, it's being recorded and all, but the raw emotions that we're giving, that's what I like. You know, instead of stopping every minute, like, oh, there's a comment, there's somebody who's there, who's not. I don't care about any of that. I care about us, about this and our words and what we're sharing. So again,
I feel like in a world so superficial, they need a little bit more vulnerability to come back to life.
Yeah.
People run away from that. People think that being vulnerable is like something bad or something, like feel.
It's just that it's painful. People are afraid to feel, because happiness, after happiness, you're like waiting to slip on sadness and fall into depression, you know? Yeah. But it's okay, because that's what teaches you how to grow and become complete in life.
Yeah, you can't appreciate the beautiful, the happy, the joy, the positive things without having the ugly. You need the rain for the flowers to grow. That's a very real thing.
Friends now? I feel like we know each other's souls now. We're all connected.
Hermana!
Oh my God. Hey. Vanessa, you finished reading, right? So who's going next? Like, I'm gonna call.
I thought that's what you were doing.
No, I know. Okay.
Super.
Yeah.
Drop one.
Yeah.
CJ, for talking, they called on you next.
Damn. The karma
happens.
This is why you gotta, just be quiet sometimes. Damn. All right.
No, it's okay. Your turn now.
This one's called Jokes on You. A lot of these men take a woman for granted until she gives you a dose of your own medicine. You can ask for a strong woman, but bring her down with your actions because you can't handle her. You want a woman you can control, just say that. But don't get mad when she ain't that. You knew exactly the type of woman she was when you pursued her, but you didn't know how to keep her. Now the joke is on you. For playing with her emotions when all you had to do was continue to be the man she fell in love with. Instead, you showed her the clown pretending to be the man who could handle everything she gave to you. Yeah, the joke is on you. For breaking her down in all that time instead of lifting her up. For treating her like your mama raised you when every woman isn't meant to put up with you. See, you got it confused. The only one obligated to accept all your faults is the one who pushed you out the womb. See, a woman brings life into this world, but you forgot how to love that about them too. But I can't put all the blame on you. Because they say it takes a village to raise a child, and you have so much to grow from too. The only thing I see from my view is a queen who put faith in the wrong man because she saw a king behind the flaws he had no intentions on fixing. She never had intentions on leaving. But let me ask you, what did you expect her to do? Repetitions were the pattern, and she got tired of empty promises, so her actions didn't just come out the blue. One day your house will no longer be a home, and that'll be solely on you. You laughed at all her pain and all those nights she felt alone, but now the joke is on you.
Yo.
I know a couple of people who need to read that.
Boy. That's
What
the
you
same
doing
old
there?
story.
Yeah. I think we could all relate.
We're gonna print that one and send it to some people.
Where'd it go?
I have that one up too.
Seriously, take what you already have and like accept it. You already, like you said, you already knew the person. It's like, why? Ugh, we have a lot of feelings on that one. I'm gonna write it
We have
all
a
down.
lot of feelings on this one.
Because that's the thing, like, you know how they are, and then all of a sudden it's like they're like expecting you to be like who the image that they have of you in their head. It's instead of like who you actually are. And it's like, this is me. I can't change.
But I also really go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
No, it was the line about, the appreciation for a woman, the one that pushed you out, but you also forgot how to appreciate that. And it kind of also again then falls to, like you said, it takes a tribe, it takes a village, but we forgot to teach that as well, that gratitude for that.
Mm-hmm.
We fall into the same pattern that we blame the men for not knowing. Oof.
And a lot of times they don't want to learn. They just take things for face value.
You were gonna say, Ellie?
Yeah, but I love the part where you're like, that he starts telling the girl like, or yeah, the woman like how he wants her to be. But then when she becomes that, he's like, wait, I don't recognize you, or I don't like this. This is not how we met, or you're not adjusting the way I want it to. I feel like everyone deals with that. And it's just like a relationship thing. It's like you have this image of the, you know how they say, never meet your heroes? It's like you crush on someone, it's like they're your hero. Once you get to know them, you're like, oh shit, they're flawed. So now you have to fall in love with these flaws. And I think that's difficult for any men, women, whatever. It's difficult. That's beautiful.
That's true.
Whew.
I
Boy,
said
this
100%.
night's just
I was like,
getting
that was
into
really.
Let it settle. I'm gonna let it settle like the cream on the top of the milk.
I could go next. I'm gonna burst everybody's bubble with them romantic poems, so it's okay.
Yay!
Give us something.
This is one of my favorite pieces that I've written in a while, and I read it on the show, and I still have not been able to cope with this. I don't know how to. So this will be like maybe some different thoughts or ideas or feelings will come about, but I have not been able to get over this. So here we go. Missing and Dead by Chubby. Obvious, right? They told me not to be paranoid as I talked to my fellow classmates about all the missing women and girls, but I told them we could be one of those dead girls you hear about in the news. I'm everything but white. Me missing is no one's concern. I'll be just a part of their statistics. The media tells us not to worry, but they're only addressing this to other white women, the ones that will be found if anything happens to them. A scavenger hunt on behalf of their names, but not us, the women of color, the ones that our ancestors got raped and murdered, not us, the woman whose land has been colonized, not us, the woman whose life has been stolen, murdered, and missing, and not even found. No killer to prosecute, no victory. It is rich to have a daughter, they say, and yet after months of protesting for our rights and marching for our lives, our women and girls are still missing and are still being murdered. We do not deserve to live in fear. What if I sat pretty and die quietly? Will I then be celebrated or just be forgotten as the news gets old? Will I then have a name? Will I then have a face? Or will I just be another dead girl?
That hit.
I'm about to bring
I
us
think
up,
we all
class.
relate to that one. It's beautiful.
Wow.
That's
hit.
hard.
That was
That's hard.
that was so real. That was so real, bruh.
I still remember the first time you read it to me too. And it was before you read it on one of the episodes, and you were feeling it very raw. And we had just had a conversation about so much of it. So, and the fact that every time you read it, it still hits that hard. Because it's still real. Because
It's
it
true.
doesn't change.
I mean, when I go out to clubs, you know, let's say I'm not going with Elvis for any reason, and you feel like you need to be watching your back and you need to be afraid of what's going to happen to you. Is someone going to touch me inappropriately? And is this going to go any further? And if I don't want it, am I going to be murdered for it? And I'm going to be lost forever. Yeah. Wow.
It's
Hard.
insane that you can't even walk down your own park behind your house because you are afraid that someone's watching you, or you don't know, whatever the case is, however you look like, and someone's gonna be like, I don't like the way you're dressing or you're looking like, you know, especially as you know, the transgender non-binary community, you know, women, colored, what the fuck, you know, and that's the frustration is still there. And again, it's something that's not gonna go away. And that is the sad part about all of this.
Yeah, it's crazy because as you were reading it, I felt like that, like somebody from hundreds of years ago could have been saying those exact same words. Like it hasn't changed.
That's the sad part.
And it connects even to Jay's poem. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that same lack of what then Ellie was saying of like, you know, I got to watch my back at the club because we're taught that, but others are not taught not to put someone in that space that they feel they have to watch their back. They're taught that they're entitled to pursue, right? It's like the
Entitled
concept
to
of consent is
pursue.
brand
Wow.
new. It's not.
It's like what we're going through to this day too. Like they're so entitled to making bills based off our bodies and shit like that. Like that hit.
That hit.
Sometimes you want to take, you're afraid and you want to take a weapon with you. Like I remember I was going out and I was like, oh, should I take your knife? I'll just put it like in my stockings. And he's like, no, because you're Black. And if you get stopped, you're going to get in trouble for having that. They're not going to understand that you're afraid and you wanted protection in case of anything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
there was
I'm sorry,
say it again. No, go ahead, Hermana.
I feel like we were just talking about this not too long ago, how we were kind of taught to, I don't know, keep the calm. You know, it's our job to keep the peace. So we have to silence ourselves and allow people to do whatever, you know, especially I feel as a bisexual woman with women dealing with men, I feel like, you know, we have to silence ourselves to keep the peace. And it's entirely frustrating. You know, I just recently went through something where I was being harassed and bullied by this guy for months. And I finally, you know, stood up for myself. And even in doing that, I sat in so much fear. You know, what consequence will I have for just speaking up for myself, you know, against this person? So yeah, thank you for that, Vanessa.
Because
yeah.
it mutes the person's spirit in a way, because you are having to sit in that fear, but you're also having to second guess standing up for yourself, right? So it mutes, and I don't want to put it just, it happens significantly more to women and queer folk, right? But it can happen to anyone, you
Absolutely.
know?
Yeah.
And it does mute you from being all that potentially you feel you can be, who you can be sexually, spiritually, etc. And so you mute these aspects of yourself because you feel that it's going to put you in a dangerous position.
Yep.
How unfortunate that we're not taught more how to like cope with those things and have the tools to like be able to stand up for ourselves and feel that we have a support, versus if I do it, I'm in fear because I might not have anybody backing me up.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes. Crazy world.
That's why these spaces are so important too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All of this.
I was just talking to a friend and we were talking about how sometimes we tend to use relationships, and instead of being like, okay, this relationship is a two-way street, sometimes we see it like, I need to please this person. And by trying to please this person, you're stepping on eggshells, trying not to hurt them, even though sometimes you need to say something because it's for you, but it's also for them because they're wrong and they need to change that. And
Yep.
that's cool that you stood up to that person, Lisa, and I applaud you. And it's hard, but it's good that you stepped out of it, because now you know that next time, don't wait so long. You do it. You say what you need to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know, you're not alone. You know that I was about to jump on that 2 seconds into that. I was like, hell no. But anyway, besides the point. Besides the point, you know. But
it's
no.
just like Jay said, these spaces are important because it's also finding these words and poems that sometimes you may not have for yourself. Like in Amanda's poem, your first one that you said is a popular one amongst that one. I was like, you gave words to a lot of feelings that I have not been able to, right, communicate. And the same thing, Chubby, a lot of us have felt that way. Your first line about, you know, that could be one of us. People are so quick to disassociate because the person is a different color, a different religion. No. It can happen to you. It is you. When it is being done to someone else, it is being done to you.
What is that phrase? I think Lisa said, I've seen you on your post, like, if you can join the table, make your own table. Like,
Yes.
Yep.
here we are. This is our
Here
table.
we are, baby.
Pull up
I
a
love
chair,
it.
baby.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
the more
invite.
the more the merrier. I mean, like I said at the beginning, if I can, I will. Like, how do you say it in English? Que no me cuesta nada. This is not. I don't know how to translate that in English, but listen.
It doesn't cost me
It
anything.
ain't a thing.
Right, like it's not anything to me to be like, hey, but I am very grateful for you all, because I know, again, like I repeated at the beginning, this is your time. This is free
Yeah.
time that you're giving us to bring our voices together and actually do something, you know, like we don't know who's going to watch this and they're going to be like, damn, all these people, we all look so diverse, and this is what I like. This is amazing. And we all write beautifully and differently, and someone's going to be out there and be like, oh, okay, you know, relate, you know. So yes.
I can spit something for
Oh,
y'all real
shit.
quick though.
No,
I want to spit something for y'all.
do it.
All right. All right. Oh. I'm gonna share poppin' bottles with you. It's called poppin' bottles. My hair looks so okay. I want to make it up there with the people popping bottles in VIP. I want to go on inland shopping sprees, but they say I need a degree. And it's way too expensive for me and my mama that had to be a pappy. See, ironically, the government gave my Black ass opportunity to get educated for free. All I had to do was run track for George Mason University, but at the time, it was the sex, drugs, and the parties that did attract me. Not like my sister that was born before me. Sorry. Always making A's, barely B's, or any other letter that rhymed with it. I jumped on a different bandwagon. I couldn't get with it. Social butterfly, everyone loves Lisa, so we would just kick it. We would get fucked up and have intelligent, profound conversation. We were always lifted. You gotta have proof in your GPA, then they'll know that you're gifted. I believed it up until about age 17, and my mind shifted. You see, I got a taste of a life that I never knew, but I felt like I missed it. So I said, fuck the grades and walking the stage. I'm smarter than most of these gimmicks. I jumped in the class of the working to get bread quick. Don't let me lose it. I jumped in the class of the working to get bread quick. But you know what they say about money that comes quick. Quick money comes quick and leaves quicker. I've made thousands of dollars and have nothing to show for my hard labor. So I got my GED and dropped into college as an English major. Mom supported me. In place of child support, Pops paid tuition fees. So at first, it worked in my favor. But when he found out I was going towards the arts instead of a health science degree, he decided it's something he didn't want to pay for. Not much of a schoolgirl, so I didn't put up much of a fight, but man, I swear to God, sometimes all I want to do is write. So I wiped my tears and I put work in the pen because they say that success is the sweetest revenge. That's not what I want though. I want my thoughts to transcend into this beautiful art that my dad pretends to not comprehend. And maybe through this work, he'll see me. Maybe through this work, I can live and love life freely. Maybe through this work, I can get my degree. And then you'll see me partying and popping bottles in VIP.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. That resonated so hard, yo.
Yes.
Thank you.
You know, my face said it. I'm over here like, yeah.
Yes,
Just
Jonesy.
I did that for my dad too. He's like, oh, artists are not gonna make it in anywhere. Like, just go become a lawyer. Like, what are you doing with your life? Like,
Go become a lawyer.
My mom was supportive, but my dad always told me that it wasn't a real career.
You know what's wild is that my dad's an artist. Like he's a musician, you know? So that, yeah, that was the thing. I mean, now as an adult, I look at my adolescence a little different. Like when I wrote that poem, I was in a different place, and I don't think that I was really taking responsibility for a lot of things. I think I was blaming a lot on my parents, but the core of that was still very real. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
totally.
Like I
You
think
need
that
the
he
people-
definitely supports me more than I was willing to acknowledge then.
Yeah.
you need the people around you to believe in you. And I think sometimes their judgments seem cruel, but sometimes it's pushing you towards the right direction. Like if you have them cruising and making you feel good about what you're doing, maybe you wouldn't work as hard as when they're pushing and they're like, you're not gonna make it. It empowers you and it makes you be like, I'm gonna prove you wrong now. You're gonna see how this, like I'm like the rest of them. There's people out there doing music, writing, poetry, and they're making a living out of it.
Right.
What separates me from them? That they kept going and they didn't stop. So
And Chubby and I've talked about this out before. There's different paths for everyone, right? So there's the ones that receive that critique or whatever, and that may get that fire. And then there's other ones that what they needed was, you know, the love versus the critique. And so we end up losing so many brilliant minds that we never get to meet, because instead of getting the fire fueled, they feel diminished. And I think, you know, it's hard to be a parent. It's hard. But I think if you're put in that position to remember what a huge responsibility it is, because this person can be so great for so many. So the things that we feed each other and our children, you know.
Absolutely.
thank you. I'm a mom of 2 toddlers, so I'm gonna take
Yeah, but
that
I
with
feel
me.
like you're doing a great job, and I don't even know your kids, but I feel like they're fine.
No,
They do whatever they
literally.
want.
Great.
They're bunnies all day. They call themselves bunnies and they're silly and they play music and they have a band. I went into their room one day because they were making too much noise. The boys 1, the girls 3, and they were like making a lot of noise. Mom, you scared me. We're practicing. I closed the door.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
okay.
I love that.
Don't tell me that. I'm gonna cry more now.
No,
I know,
I'm
right?
ready. My eyes, like I have
This has
feelings.
been
I'm gonna write
so
these down.
special.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. That this has been all so special. I know we're not done, but like before it leaves me in this moment, I want to say how special this has all been. Like
Girl, same.
hearing all your words, hearing your thoughts post the words, and hearing about each of you. Thank you so much for this, and thank you, Chubby, for bringing us here.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank
I'm
you.
telling you, I'm with it. Once a month, if you're down, I'm with it.
I'm down.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is dope.
sign me up.
All
Mhm.
right, once a month on the same day. Well, not on the 4th, but yeah. Hey,
Random
We'll figure it
Sunday,
out.
the fourth.
the more the merrier. Like, hey, this has been very therapeutic listening to everybody else's experience and seeing how we actually are one. Like Vanessa always say, you know, we're not an island. We are connected, and we don't even realize that we have been through the same stuff until we talk. So
So it's definitely therapeutic. I needed
It's
this.
crazy. The constellations.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who read this after Lisa. Nobody read yet. Okay, anybody, just take the wheel. Go. Your turn.
Take the
Wanna go,
wheel.
Amanda?
All right, I'll go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. This piece is called Stirrings. It's stirrings, it's feelings. And then suddenly, you know that something makes you different and you pray it can't show. Because being different means you've got something to hide. Hence beginning a life of lies. And maybe you could sense it. For us, it was the same. The day we stepped back and realized just how we were different that day. And as for me, I can tell you, there is no lonelier time than when you realize you might be brutalized in this life, questioned and condemned by the ones you love and adore, minimized to a sinner, a dyke, a whore. And this is the road we get to look forward to. These are the things young queer teens fear. So some of us shy away from our families and our friends. Some of us die on the inside, praying it all would just end. And while some of us find the courage to not only live, but thrive out of fear and loneliness, some of us even take our own lives. So will you listen to my story? Because I am living proof that gay rights are human rights, and you should give a fuck too. So I don't know if you heard about it or if you ever even knew. This country's foundation says love and liberty is for us all to pursue. Thank you.
Ooh,
Powerful.
That was.
It's powerful.
We have nothing to say because we feel it. We know it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that really hit.
Yeah, I just feel like you don't get it unless you get it.
We're about to cry. I'm telling you, all of us are
well,
gonna.
I'm just sitting here crying.
I'm over here like, no.
I don't know if it was like the way she flowed. I don't know, but it just all smacked me.
Those lines that hit you.
Something inside of me was like, listen, this is someone who's telling you what's inside of them and how they're being attacked in their everyday lives. And sometimes we detach, like Chubby was saying about her, is that we detach ourselves from like, oh, the dead girl, oh, the queer girl, or oh, this, oh, that. No, it's like we're all one. So that's beautiful.
Thank you. That's definitely what I was trying to get across in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, my pain is actually your pain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't live freely, you know, and if I can't live freely, then neither can you, you know, in actuality.
It's so crazy. You know, Maya Angelou said about speaking in the language of the listener. You are the voice of the now, right? But how many before you could not? And the way you said it, I think it was you who made that comment about Chewy's piece, that it's still the same. Now there are so many, entre comillas, you know, privileges that the queer community, that we get to enjoy, but it's so quickly taken away, or there's so quickly put a yes but, right? That way back when was not even a thing. A poem like this could not be read, you know? So to think that these are feelings that have gone on through years and years and centuries, and it's still very real. That is a beautiful thing to share, but so disheartening.
It hurts me every time I read it. It really, it hurts me a little bit every time I read it, because I'm reminded of where I was at and how I felt with where I was at when I wrote that piece and how much pain I was in. And to know that, like you said, that pain has been, you know, it echoes throughout human history, you know, and until we can fix things, it's going to continue to echo.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's why we're here, trying to change it every day. We gotta stand together and speak up, because if not, you know, you are all my brothers and sisters. We are connected. I will stand up for you in like that, because why not? What the hell? I don't have to know you to do that, because I will want for someone to do that for me.
Right. I think that's also the beauty and the power of now, that we can say these words with a bit of knowing that there is a community, right, that will support it. It's still scary as shit. Yeah. But it's a little bit freeing in a way to know that the words can be shared, can be put on platforms, can be put out there, so it's others don't feel so alone.
That's
very
honestly
true.
why I started writing. I mean, for my own healing at such a young age, but I continued to write because I realized that when somebody else could read a piece and be like, I felt that. I've felt that pain, or I know what that is, you know, to let people know that they're not alone in their pain, they're not alone in their fears and their human experience, you know, like I think that that's really, really precious to be able to connect with people like that in that way.
Very
Oh, this is
true.
powerful.
No,
Have
it
you
is.
all ever had like a piece that you wrote and then you felt disconnected from it later on?
Ellie was just saying that.
Okay, I'm sorry, the kids.
No,
'Cause I,
she was saying that earlier before you tagged in. Ellie, talk about that.
okay.
Yeah, I was saying that,
'cause-
like, because I told Chubby, like, I wrote 2 poems specifically for this, and she's like, oh, you could have brought absolutely anything, even your music. And I'm like, no, I want to present something that's true to me now, who I am now, and that's trying to explain who I was before, or compensate in a way.
I was asking that because I think it really added to how powerful Amanda's piece was, because you have those moments when you like disconnect from the work sometimes. But with her specifically, baby, with her specifically, it's like, it's so real and so relevant that it is just impossible to disconnect from. You know what I mean? It just like hits that much harder because it's like, I feel like there was a better way that I verbalized this in my head, but y'all feel what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
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 We get it. We
No.
get it.
There's also those pieces where it's like at different stages of your life, even though it's no longer you,
I
it
love you.
connects to you in the moment in your life in a different way, or you can appreciate it, or you can mourn that path. You know what I mean? It all comes full
Mhm.
circle. Like
It
there's
hits
books like
different in
that.
different seasons for sure.
Yeah.
That's a
Because
fact.
I tell Chubby all the time, Little Prince, I read it 1,000 times throughout my life because it takes on a whole meaning, different, your own pieces, because it's your own life. You're like, oh, girl, you were going through it.
Yeah,
You know?
that's
I've
true.
had that.
Yes,
Oh.
I feel that.
Mhm.
I don't know who's.
I'm
I don't know who's.
buggery.
I feel like I haven't kept up with. I don't know who's left to
I'm
read.
last,
You're last.
which I wish I wasn't last, because that was, wow, that was powerful. It should have ended there. But
Hey, thank
I'm
you.
about to
No,
ruin
Ellie,
it.
go ahead. Go ahead. Give us what you got.
Yeah.
All right, this is
We're here
another
for it.
quick one. It's called Futile. Everything is futile. Everything is meaningless. That's too simple of a thought. At every corner of time exists an unexpected event, pleasing, daunting, or fear stirring, be it what it may. It all starts in your mind. The world can open up to you, which is really only your understanding, becoming wise, receiving instruction. Rebel when everyone looks the same. A room filled with gray will have you aching for yellow. We are all individual, no two alike, but everything is like this. Not two things in this world are exactly the same. We are all unique, and it's for a reason. And that's it.
Yes.
Whole theme of today. The whole theme
Yes.
of today.
Mhm.
That's a beautiful way to close it
Yeah.
out.
I just realized after I read it,
Facts.
like I said, I just wrote this, like, I wrote it, I read it after I wrote it, but I didn't read it again because I was like, I don't want to start editing anything. I want to leave it raw, like the way I felt when I wrote it. So this is me revisiting it again. And yeah, I'm glad we ended it on that one.
I feel like in this room, in this space, there are thousands of years of past lives and experiences. I don't feel like any one of you is, just 20 something or 30 something. Am I the only 30 something? Let me shut up. But
No.
I feel like that is just an age of the moment, but there's so much more, because words like this come from so much more than just this first experience. You know what I mean? You have all expressed yourselves in ways that sound so like like do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Good, because I don't know.
Like
I wore
old
Lisa with that
souls.
5 seconds ago.
Substance.
It
Yes.
made more sense in my brain than out my mouth.
No, we got it. We got it.
Look at me, and I'm a writer. This is why it goes on paper, not out of my mouth.
Honestly, I feel that 100%.
Same. No, but I'm
Sage.
very grateful for each one of you for coming on tonight, and Vanessa for sharing your work with other people for the first time like this. And
Yeah.
Jay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
and
It
Jay,
was so-
I know that you don't really do this, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Amanda
Thank you for having me
and
on.
Lisa, I always
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
Oh, you're well. I think there's a lagging because I hear you guys like. No, it's not you. I think it's me. But you're welcome on. No, I Amanda and Lisa. I heard you guys before, and I was like, okay, they need to be on. And Ellie, you know I love your music, and
Thank you.
your words, your writing, and I appreciate you all for taking this opportunity and your night, because I'm about to be 10, and saying yes to opportunities, yes to once a month, who knows, like we're here and we're joining, listening, and learning from each other, and I'm very grateful to know you all. Thank you.
Yes,
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 I feel the
thank you
same.
so much. This
Yes.
was a beautiful night of
Word.
inspiration and connection. Thank you.
I have a lot to write. I feel like I haven't.
I'm inspired. I'm not even.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
legit.
Yes,
it's
right off
inspired.
that. Right off that.
I don't want to take this for granted. Like I want to take everything that that we experienced today, and I want to use it.
Same.
This is
I know
inspiring.
y'all can't see me doing it, but thank you. Thank you. I'm looking into each one of your cameras saying thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Mm.
No, Vanessa,
Thank
thank
you.
you for sharing your pieces. They were beautiful. Thank you so much.
I gotta
feel like
catch the
we
next
vibed
one because
off
I
each
missed the
other.
first round of this poetry slam, man. So we gotta do this again. I missed the first round.
Okay,
Chubby, I
then
think it's decided. It's like it has been said. Hear ye, hear ye.
once a month. So May. We'll pick a date.
We'll pick a date.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'll pick a date.
Okay.
I can't just say one day and it's like
I'm with whatever.
sounds good. I don't
Got
even know.
it.
I am in awe with all of you. I have no more words to say, but thank you. So
I feel like we all synchronized together. The vibe was
Yeah.
elite.
Yes.
Legit.
Elite. I love that.
I did a good job. I did a
You
good
did.
job.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you
Good
did.
job, Chubby.
Yes, Truby.
You know my favorite word is delicious. I think
Yes,
delicious is
poet.
everything.
Wait, we all talked at the same time. I have no clue. I just have. but this is awesome. I don't know, inspired again. So I'm ready. We're ready. We're ready for the next one.
Yeah,
Ready.
Anything you all want to say before we say goodnight?
Everyone here is beautiful, and I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate sharing a part of your soul with me, and us uniting together helped me feel more alive and helped me feel like I'm not alone in these like people that really feel and are not afraid to share. It was beautiful. Thank you, Chubby, for real. This is awesome.
No, for real. I feel like everybody like vibed off each other with each poem and like the conversation. So it was awesome. This was beautiful. Definitely should do it. Network some more. Until the next meetup.
Can we drop the Instagram? Can we connect?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put
a
it in
little
the chat.
poetry family.
Yes.
The collective conscious is strong. And
Just
this
created a tribe. Let's go.
I love it.
Amazing episode. I again, now it is for real time to say goodnight. So
Yeah.
night.
night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Could you
night.
drop the handles so we could all follow each other?
Oh, wait,
Yes.
I didn't do that
Yes,
in
I
the
don't.
chat.
And remember,
Period.
everybody's multi-talented here. Jay has Dead Rose Garden. They're his brand. Amanda, real estate agent. Come on, get your houses.
Oh.
Ellie, she's in a band.
Oh, snap.
Delird and
Lisa,
Lisa, great painter.
the
Vanessa,
last couple of
acting
things you
coach.
painted are ridiculous.
Yes.
So good.
Wow, thank you.
The
I
video,
need to
because
see
I
it.
love when you do live videos of you painting and they make me happy.
Right.
Or when you
I
do
love
videos of you
watching videos like
painting.
that. I'm gonna definitely tune
Me
in.
too.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I really do.
Very talented people. Listen, so I hate Miami, no offense to anybody, but you know I don't like that place. And I was passing by and all of a sudden I'm like, I recognize that painting and it was yours. And I took like a
You saw my
picture
mural.
with it. Yeah.
Yo, that is
Fire.
sick.
Where?
I was like, I know that. And I'm like, hold on, camera. And I was like literally trying
Where's
to
the
catch
mural?
it.
I want to go.
I don't
Where's
know
the-
the street number.
It's
I
in
don't
Little
know.
Haiti, but you've never
It's in
been.
Little Haiti?
Yeah.
Okay.
At Studio J, she let me paint her building for Basil. It was so dope.
Well, now that I know the
What?
actual address to it, I can't. We're good. So
That
yes,
So
multiple pages everybody has here. So follow everybody. Follow
did
their
you-
craft, their work.
Was that in high school or was that in
Well,
college?
Vanessa, you guys already know. You're an acting coach.
We have a show on the 9th with Orchestra Miami. I'm very excited.
In Miami.
When you were-
It's in Miami. It's
Nice.
the oldest airplane hangar. It's really cool. It's with Orchestra Miami. They're singing crazy opera, and Rosie Herrera, that's my girl, choreographed this amazing piece, real great. And they're tying in what's happening in Ukraine to bring awareness to how stupid fucking war is.
We agree. We agree.
thanks.
I will not go into that because we know.
No, that's totally. We're good. We're good. I see that everybody's okay.
We
Thank
got all
you
the things.
all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Night.
Good night.
everyone.
I hope you enjoyed this episode with all these brilliant people, and I hope you resonated with some of the poetry that was read, and I hope that you support your local artists, and to remember to, if you like someone's work, let them know, and share with them that you like their work. And that's all we could do. Remember that the arts did get us through COVID, and it will forever get us through anything, especially as individuals. When you're feeling an emotion, that whether it be reading something or hearing a piece of music, it will always make you feel better. And again, I want to say thank you to all the guests today in our episode. Thank you so much for joining. I know especially your work is doing it for free. I just appreciate that, because it is something that most people don't realize, that being an artist, they're not getting paid. So also remember to go check them out. Again, check them out, see how you could support them, and remember to follow your dreams, follow your heart, your true passion. Don't let anybody else tell you that artists or whatever, they're not, you're not gonna amount to anything, because you are. Art or whatever it is in the medium, it is you, and that's all you could be, yourself. And again, thank you for watching this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. And like we always say, stay fearless, everyone.